All right. Let's start. All right. So last episode, I yabbered on, yammering on for 15 minutes before I got to the game with a black background. How dare I? Well, I'm not going to yammer on that much, although I will have to read things, and you'll probably hear like a change in the tone because I'm not going to get the. I'm not muting it, this music while I talk. So hopefully you can hear me. And let's get started. Hear it? True. I mean the lack of sound. Quiescent. Oh boy, you know I have never heard that word before. Quiescent or quiescent? Hmm. I'm a writer. I should know this word. Anyway, quiescent is what you call it. When birds still go and not a squirrel calls to another from tree to tree. Happens when a big animal rushes by, like a man running for his life. The forest is quiet to the south, and that's where the assassin's gone. Let's be after him and done with it then. Not an hour's work, I hope. Foul artifacts. Would that I could summon oblivion itself to devour them. But no, not these. We're obliged to carry them along. Believe it. What I can sense tells me this. They embrace secrets to the plot against doubt. They hold the truth in it, in their vulgar auras. The truth of it in their vulgar auras. Take them along for now. Let the priests of the helm deal with their evil at the proper time. This other is Delt's amulet. Gather it as well. My helm! We're losing the light! Look there! A fog rolls in as though it would devour us. Ah! The mist creeps on as if to foretell our doom. I am at work, so I can't really yell. Do you sense it? Look about. This is not where we stood a moment ago. It seems most unnatural. Yeah, so I'm not even going to try to do a voice for a woman. I'm just going to speak her part. Anyway. Lord Delt's amulet and these foul objects we found on the assassin are gone! Gone! They've vanished! Don't you see they've been stolen from us? So, now you guys understand why I refuse to play this game without maxing out all my scores. Look how much they took out. And he's got max health right now. He began when I rolled the dice for that guy. He began uh, with like as much health as he has now, so he would have been dead. That's how quickly this game kills you. Okay, so might wonder why I'm picking up rocks. Is it because I'm a pack rat? No, I'm picking up all these rocks solely because you wind up with, like look at this map here. It tells you where all the items are, which is excellent. You need it. But if you don't pick up rocks, it also tells you where the rocks are. So you gotta hide everything. So I pick them all up and I go to the little area that's down there. You see that? Dead now. I'm pretty sure he's dead. 0 hit points, yeah. So, yeah, load. That's what happens. I've some experience in these things. Abandoned huts are not always as they seem. Over there, for instance, where the floor looks a bit askew, that's a badly concealed door to a chamber beneath us. There must be a way to open it. All right. Let's see what the message from the assassin holds for us. Let's see here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This is the assassin's thing. I am beset by madness, perhaps insane. I commit these few words to paper that others might better judge my fate. Born to this land, my life's yearning focused on me but one event, to escape Ravenloft. This I accomplished. However I managed it, what secrets I acquired, and what I stole from an undead lich is unimportant. Know this, that I am delving into the arcane lore and ancient manuscripts. That in delving into arcane lore and ancient manuscripts, I came upon knowledge of the one article which might destroy Strahd. Further, in the land beyond Ravenloft I may have found it, though deceitful and torturous through deceitful and torturous sources, many of which I only half believe, I have come to the conclusion that a charm worn by Lord Delt of Elturel is the holy symbol of ravenkind. What is my madness? After escaping Ravenloft, my heart tells me I must steal Delt's amulet, even if it means the death of that good lord. And with the charm I only half believe might be Strahd's doom, I must return to Ravenloft. Only I, it seems, might free my people from their eternal fate. Oh, I played this game for like 20 years. I never realized that the assassin was a member of the Vishtani. I always just thought it's my people. No, because the Vishtani steal Delt's amulet from you. So yeah, the Vishtani want to kill Strahd. All right. And this is the note. Strahd von Tsarevich, master of Barovia. If the heart of this dark lord has a name, it is Strahd, my lord and destroyer. As I die, let me write what I could never freely say, that the very air about us bears the stench of Strahd's foul will. Let it be my epitaph, that if I had the strength of youth, no assassin of the Baal Verzi, or is it Versailles, would more willingly devote himself to Strahd's destruction. With my last breath, I curse his name. He's pretty well cursed. He really is. And he deserves it. So, for the record here, um, you can turn stepping off. Stepping is how you see me moving. It's very blocky and jumps. It's because you're moving literally with each square of the map. See, each map, the map is broken up in little squares, and each square is like 6 feet. So with stepping on, it makes sure you don't get stuck in the game. Although when you turn stepping off, you could kind of squeeze in through barriers. I don't really advise on it. I know maybe some speedrunners do it, but you can get yourself really screwed up if you do that. So I always play with stepping on. There are very few times where I turn stepping off, and that's only when the stepping. There are a couple of placements in the game where stepping will wind up. It won't allow you to go forward, and you actually have to move around some objects. And they were misplaced objects, but in general, stepping's the best way to go. Also, you got to be really careful. If you have a potion in your hand or a scroll that you can use, make sure you write when you. If you want a quick deposit to the inventory, you double click on the right mouse button, not the left. The left mouse button will usually it might activate. I think it activates it. If it's not this game, it's one of the other games where it actually activates it. Um, you don't want to quick activate any potions or scrolls. Actually, this game, maybe it's this game where you have to have it in your hands to do that. Either way, I always use the right mouse button when I click to deposit it. So yeah, clerics can absolutely use mail, and I suggest you do because it's 5 AC. You'll also notice that I have the what is it called again? The flame blade. Flame blade is like the best cleric weapon. Flame blade is like the best cleric weapon in the game, unless you get the hammer. The hammer will fly back and forth, and you can actually use the hammer to hit people as you run away. You know, hit them twice, like Thor's Mjolnir. Yeah, it's pretty fun to use. But yeah, this game was the first game that actually made me realize. When I played this game, that's when I realized that Flame Blade was the best weapon. And you know, when it took a couple playthroughs before I realized it was the best weapon. I get the higher level and I start using it. And I go, oh wait, Flame Blade's actually like a friggin' lightsaber here. It's back when I used to like Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks ruined it for me. So, fun fact, you can actually save these maps and they will be saved as text files and with ASCII locations and stuff. And I'll tell you, it's one of the coolest things about Ravenloft is that you could save the text files, the maps as text files. So, um, and they also have the notes that you put in there. This game, it has stuff in it that a lot of modern role playing games don't have, which is kind of weird. Like people forgot basic design concepts. But yeah, you don't need a huge fancy map. You have a text map that is easy to print out. Even with it, this game is huge. These maps cover a huge amount of territory, and they figured out how to do it with text mapping. So yeah, be done. All right, so I paused it. I did a bunch of inventory cleaning. So that little pouch that you picked up got a little ring. So I'm going to get the little ring of protection and I put on my character. Look at that. That's how you get things to go. Oh, I better keep lockpicks just in case. Although I think I remember you get some really good lockpicks later on. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that. Short sword, tossing that. All right, so let's see here. AC 0, AC 1. Let's work with the shield. Yes, it does. -1. Okay, look at that. We're all good and go. To go. And I'm going to go ahead and head to that far area. There's the far area with NPC. See, I'll show you. Auto map. That is an NPC. Those light blue dots, cyan. Yeah, it's an NPC. So I'm going to go ahead and travel over there. I'm going to keep the recording paused just to speed it up a little bit. No, I swear I didn't just run away from a bunch of goblins. And after I suddenly remembered that NPC is in a goblin camp, I didn't kill a bunch of goblins and run away as they were whittling me down to 0. I swear I didn't. There's no evidence. You can't prove that I just ran like a coward. Okay, so you guys might as well see what happens if you try to escape through the fog. Poisonous vapor. We would never survive on the other side. Blah blah blah. I actually missed the first message, but basically she just says it's poison. We can't get through here. It'll kill us. So I cleaned out all the goblins. You can tell by my Mr. Oh, what is his name? Mr. Tubbs. His health is very low. And let me see if I can get around this stupid thing to speak with this guy. Fellow, you've done well to keep your head on your shoulders in this company. Who might you?
Don't you recognize a proud merchant when you see one? Well, I'll admit to being an adventurer first and a merchant second. I was doing some trading when they caught me on the road, though I think the goblins ate my goods and may have been about to do the same to me. Well, don't stand there gawking, cut me loose!
So I have two choices here. Merchant, eh? Then you'll understand I'm cutting you loose, but not free. For a fee, that is. Can you aid us? I've got lots of good characters, so I can't do that. I mean, there's no penalty in this game, unlike other games. But I'm going to play my character the way they should be. What's this? You say you're an adventurer? It's enough you're alive, eh? Can't freeze yourself in time? It sounds like my characters.
Look, you. I've nothing but the blood in my veins to call my own this minute, but by helm, you've got it boiling. I'll take you down given half a chance. Cut me loose!
See, so I guess you actually do have to choose the first choice. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, you also noticed they've got voice actors. Yeah, except for yours. Everyone else is a voice actor. Well, I don't know. I think there are a couple of questions for voice actors. It is fantastic voice acting. However, if you play all the SSI series, you notice they kind of reuse the same voice actors, and I do believe most of them were in-house. So it's not like the greatest voice acting, but it's still better than Resident Evil when it came out. At least they gave it a shot. You know, it's the first time anything like that had ever happened, really, for role-playing games. So that was really kind of badass.
By the gods, I do thank you. But as I said, these beasts have all I had, including some of Barovia's finest brandy wine in their bellies. All I can offer is my help, at least until some profit comes my way. But till then, my hands and heart are yours.
The offer of aid is welcome. Forget the profit. I have a feeling that in this dark place, a man of your talents will be useful. And then, your willingness to brave the dangers of this land is appreciated. But you've been around here a while. Let's say you go home and clean up. So basically, you can keep an NPC or get rid of him. I'm going to keep this guy for now because it does get really difficult. Although, the more NPCs you have, the less experience you get because they divide it equally amongst the party.
I'll join you. I know that I'll not let us fall prey to goblins. I've learned their tricks. By the looks of you, you're not from Barovia. No, not even Cartacus. No matter. For me, it seems strangers are a good omen.
All right, now you may say, why don't you take all the gear for yourself? Well, let me, just so you know, detect magic so I can make sure. Just so you know, when a party member leaves, they dump all of their gear so you can pick it up. So no matter what, you're going to keep their gear, which is, you know, kind of weird, but I can see why they would do that. Just in case you gave them some really good gear and you don't want them disappearing with it. So they already took that into consideration. I'm going to go ahead and just give him all this stuff because reasons, and why not? I mean, I don't need it. I'm going to give him the coif. Yeah. And then I'm going to go back, drop these off, and I will end it in the road south. See, these aren't magical, and why even bother having them? All right, so I left, and I am now in the old Slavic. I left the old Slavic woods uh, in the northwest direction. So I'm at the old Slavic road south. Well, I guess they're regular Slavic woods. Anyway, I'm starting off at the north, and I think town is toward the south. We'll find out soon enough. Town is either to the north or south. I believe it's to the south. But I'm going to be clearing all of these maps. I like to clear all these maps. I won't show me clearing all these maps. I want to show you the different enemies. I think you already saw the ones here. So I'm going to show you a little bit of combat to pause it. I'm going to move things along a little bit quickly. I've already spent 40 minutes and on record, and I actually played for an hour and a half. These games took a while to play, but they're fun, because you had to figure out how to juke the monsters, as they say, I guess, as the kids say, to juke them, right? Um, so anyway, yeah, it had role-playing combat in it and action combat, you know. So this was like the very beginning of action role-playing games, right? So anyway, going to finish up the old Slavic Road South in my next video. Watch it. I think it's part 3 already. So this is part 2. Man, I hope you guys have fun. I am enjoying this. I hope you enjoy it too. I really am going to leave out a lot of farming and monster killing because it gets too much just watching it. But I do hope you enjoy the music and all that good stuff. So take care.